Hi, I'm still imagining if you're out there, you love singing, you love dancing, you love basketball. At times you feel like you're LeBron James, right? You love becoming an actor, you love becoming an artist. You know, all of these things that African parents do not care about. They don't care. You know, all of these things. And at times, maybe you're out there, you have tried to tell them and you want them to support you, but they are saying they cannot, right? Or you don't even have the courage to even propose it to them because if you try, it's an abomination, right? So, if you try, so if you are here because of that, you are in the right place. By the end of this video, I'm going to share with you 3 tips that's going to help you, right? I'm going to share with you a bonus tip, right? Please, that bonus tip, do not miss it. It's very important for some of you. Don't miss it for any reason. And by the end of this video, you are going to know exactly what to do.
Mais où sont passés tous ces hommes qui m'avaient promis? Tu m'as dit, maudit soit l'homme qui met sa confiance en l'homme.
Tip number 1. Do you know your work? Do you know your work? Now, no, there are 2 things. What you call your job and your work. Your job is what you do to earn money, salary, right? Your work is what you were born to do. Your job, they can fire you from your job, or your work, they can never ever fire you from your work. Are you getting it? Now, your job, your motivation is money, right? Your work, your motivation is fulfillment, right? I hope you are getting me. Your job, you just at times do it for survival, but your work is your purpose. Your purpose. Is that okay? Now, do you know it? That's the first question you have to ask before even thinking about your parents. How sure are you that this thing is what you were born to do? Now, there are ways that you are going to know that this is what you were born to do. One of the first ways is that when they don't pay you, you do it. When they don't pay you for that, for it, you do it happily. The reason, because your motive, money does not satisfy you. What satisfies you is internal, it's inside of you. So if you always notice that they have to pay you to do something, know that that thing is not your work. Your work is what you are willing to do for free. You don't need payment for it, right? and at times, most of the time, that's when money even follows you when you do your work. But now the problem is, most of the times, the thing we have passion for is not our work. We have a passion for something, but that thing is not our work. At times, your work even is something that you had love for when you were still a kid. But now, as you are growing up, your parents started telling you that be reasonable. It is not possible, right? They started changing. So sometimes even your parents were even the first people to start killing your dreams. But I have a solution for you, right? So, but have you known it in the first place? Have you known that this is my work? So the first step is finding out and be sure, be very certain that this is what I was born to do. Now, if you are the person that you don't yet know, how will you know? I've already told you some of the things that will show that you know, right? And if I've said all of these things and you have not been able to think of anything, the next thing that you can do is that you can pray. This is simple, but it's very, very powerful for you to know it, right? You go to God, you go before God, you say, God, what did you send me on earth to do? What have I come here to do? I know I did not come here to just be eating, right? To be sleeping, right? That's not what. So you ask God this question seriously. Take a time, and God will answer you. At times, He will answer you through a vision. At times, even while you'll be praying, there'll be a brooding in your mind. You hear, not that when God speaks, you will not hear one voice that will just come and say, "Oh, Johnson, your work is to become this." Sometimes it will be in your mind, the way it will be passing your mind, you know that you're not the one thinking, right? You have known your work. Once you are already certain that this is what I was born to do, step 2 comes in. Because at times what you were born to do, your parents don't want it. They don't want it. So step 2 come in. Putting yourself in your parents' shoe, right? Put yourself in their shoe. Sometimes the thing that you have decided you start doing, you know that maybe that same thing, that's what your parents also had a dream to do, and then they went in for it and it not turn out well. So it's out of love. When you bring it up, like they know the end. So they're trying to talk you out of it, because they also tried that thing. That is in the case that they have experienced it. Now, in the case where your parents have not experienced it, In the case where your parents have not experienced it, I have an analogy for you. You read Luke chapter 2 from verse 48 to 51. Now, you see, this is the case where Mary, right, the mother of Jesus Christ and the father Joseph, were looking for him and he was in the temple. So when they came and met you, they said, son, why did you do this to us? And Jesus told them that, don't you know I will be about my father's business? So the work of Jesus was his father's business. And he knew it already. But you continue, when you read it after, they said immediately after that, Jesus followed them. Are you getting it? So the first thing you do, once you have noticed it and you notice that maybe this thing is not something that your parents are for, the first thing to do is to do what? To obey. Because the Bible also says in what? Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1 to 3, that children, obey your parents, right? Because, and what did the Bible also say? That this is the first commandment that comes with a promise that your days will be long. So when you obey them, your day has already been extended. So you know that you already have time, right? So you obey them first. Once you obey them, now step 3 now comes in. Is that okay? And if you are somebody that you have a problem of obedience, know that you have a problem. So does obedience mean that you are finally letting go of your dream? No. It does not mean that you are letting go of your dream, right? Once you obey, once you have noticed it and you notice that it's something they are not for it, that's when step 3 comes in, right? Because you have to be able to be doing something that will sustain you, because most of the times the thing that we know is what we're born to do. That thing is not giving money. It does not sustain you, because let me tell you, you need money. You need money. Because I said that you can be able to do it for free does not mean that the thing will be totally for free. You will be able to do it for free, but there has to be something that will cost, because you always need money to sustain anything. That's why sometimes your parents reject that. No, don't go for this, don't go for that, don't go for, because they know that if you go there, they know the experience, especially in African countries, especially if you have these dreams of becoming one a singer, all this in Africa. Remember, in the initial stage of all those things, there is no money in it. At times, you have to do it for a long period of time before now you can start bringing in turnover. So what will you be doing while working for no money? You need a job. You need a job, right? So you need something that will be able to be sustaining you while you are working on your call. So step 3, what's step 3? Step 3 is to keep on working on yourself privately. At times, you don't even need to even tell them what you'll be working on privately, right? Be working on yourself privately. What do you want to do? Do you want to act? Do you want to be an actor? What do you know about acting, right? You have to just act. What do you know about acting? Be doing a personal and private search on that thing that you know that you were born to do. But while you're doing that, be obeying your parents, right? Because the obedience gives you guarantee of long life. I don't know if you understand, right? So you have to make sure that you are obeying them. While you're obeying them, be working on what you know you were born to do. Don't let it go. Never allow your dream to die, right? Keep working on that thing privately. Working on that thing privately until you reach a level. At times, go and find a place where you'll be doing it and will not be for money. While you're doing it, you need something aside. Never ever leave your job when your work has not been able to sustain you, right? Keep your job and be working on your work, right? Or what should I put it like this? Keep what gives you money and be working on your purpose and what you were born to do, right? When what you were born to do start giving you money, that's when you can think of leaving your job. So most of the times our parents is making us to try to do what? To keep our job. That's what most of our parents are trying to do. As you are seeing me here, I'm a dancer. I sing. But I'll shock you. I am an accounting and economics teacher, right? I've not got too much, but I have a bachelor's degree in accounting and I teach it. Are you getting it? So on the side, for the moment, I'm teaching. I'm occupied. I have a job, right? I have a job. But now my work, what's my work? To help youths. My work is to what? Open the eyes of youth. My work is to what? Make youths to see, right? To see life. My youth is to help youths to use what God has given them for his glory. Once I know that work, if I just start doing that, well, money, I cannot come and tell you that Jesus bless you and then money comes from the sky. No, right? So you have to be doing what? Be working privately on it. Obey your parents, be working privately. Find something that will be able to sustain you while you are working on your work. One day, your work is going to be able to sustain you. Now, the bonus tip. You have to find one thing that can summarize everything that you love. This is particularly for multi-talented people. By the grace of God, I can do many things. I can sing, I can dance, I can teach, I am bold. Anything that I want to do, I can do it. And this is very dangerous because you can be confused until at the end, you will never do what you are actually born to do. So this thing disturbed me so much. I said I should go and pray and ask God about it because today I'll start this one and leave, start this one and leave, start this one and leave. So I said I should pray and ask God for what I have to do. But after some time, God revealed to me that what I gave you was not for you to be following them, right? The singing, dancing is not for me to follow them. It is something, it is a capacity, it's like a gun that gives me the opportunity to shoot. Like it's something that gives me the opportunity to speak to youth. So my call is actually for the youth to help them to use their talents for the glory of God. So what is the talents and that I have, they are not really important. What is really important is that I should be able to win souls with them. That's the most important thing. So if I can dance, I should be able to win the soul of those that love dancing. I should be able to catch them and make them to understand how to use it for God's glory. If I'm able to sing, it's for that purpose, right? And if I'm able to teach, it's for that purpose. That means I noticed that all of those things, I was not supposed to focus on them. I was supposed to focus on my call, right? So I finally found out what to start doing. Now, note that this will not be the case for everybody. There are some things that you have to actually let go, right? That's why you have to pray. You have to actually let go of some things. And please let nobody tell you that you must do only one thing. If you are still young, try many things. If you are still in your 20s, try many things, right? But note that once you are above 30, as your age is going higher, some of them should be leaving you. By the time you reach 30 and above, you should be able to do what? Have discovered one thing now that you can now focus on. But if you are young, try them at faith, try faith, pray, and then God show you something. Go. One very important step of success is failure, right? Try faith, try. Always keep trying until never let your dream to die, right? Know that everything that you have is for the glory of God, right? Please, if this was helpful, please subscribe, like, and share me your thoughts in the comment sections. And if there is any question you want to ask me, the comment section is open to you. Thank you very much.